We gotta live with it, can't avoid it. We gotta tend the earth, not exploit it. We gotta live with it, can't escape it. Stinky and it's smelly, and they tell us on the telly that the only way to solve it is to keep the people out of it. The governor's abandoned in the House and in the Senate, thanking pushers of the fossil fuel for bribes to kill renewables. We gotta live with it, can't avoid it. We gotta tend the earth, not exploit it. We can't afford to wait.
Really? Really? Do we have to live with it? Do we have to live with it? Do we have to live with it?
Particularly for us, the oceans. Scientists have done, I think, for the most part, not a very good job of communicating their science to the general public. And in part it's because it's very complicated stuff sometimes. It seemed like a large part of the general population just really doesn't understand what's going on with climate change and the things that are happening to our planet.
When I was a little girl, my mom used to take me to the beach about once a week, and I know that this will sound a little cheesy, but I always used to duck my head under the water and I would whisper, I love the ocean and that I felt God there.
I do think fish have feelings. My husband and I were snorkeling in St. Thomas once and fed hundreds of beautiful tropical fish from our hands, and you could tell that they had, I don't know, personalities almost. It was one of the most fabulous things I'd ever done, and to this day I remember that vacation very vividly. The fish were wonderful. It was the best part of the whole thing.
Fishing wire and all that stuff. So that's all stuff that they found in the ocean and on the beach.
Did you guys help clean up the beach?
I actually work for Rubio's.
Oh, wonderful. Why do you care about the ocean?
That's where our food comes from.
Yeah.
And why do you care about the ocean?
Because I like to keep animals safe.
Like to keep animals safe. Good job.
That's cute.
What's underneath the ocean? What is there? And it's such an imaginary, beautiful thing. I see fish, swimming around. I see life life beneath. And it's something that we all cannot see on a daily basis. It's quite hidden.
So as the oceans change, as the salinity changes or the temperature changes, it just becomes, a change in this incredible balance of life. And when I see pelican fly by, it's like warms my heart, because at the time all this studying I was doing 30 years ago was happening, you didn't see any pelican. They were totally endangered. So I see the pelican flying by as a sign that the people who cared about the ocean did something, and they did it, and and they made a significant change with creating the marine sanctuary.
When I was living in Chicago, I had this amazing fish tank, and the fish that really spoke to me, he had a great personality. His name was Pablo, and every morning, we would like hang out together. He was the best little fish in the world. Like when I would come up to the tank, he would like look at me, and we would connect. So I believe that Pablo really had a soul, and I believe all creatures have souls.
Down at Scripps Pier with my family, and my kids were little, and it was during the red tide, and the bioluminescence was amazing. And if you don't know what that is, it looks like fireflies and fireworks in the water. Anytime something moves, the disturbance causes these little flashes. My daughter and I, we looked down, and you could tell that it was a big sea lion because it looked like an angel gliding in the water.
I'm from a very small country. I'm from Ireland. We have over 4,000 miles of coastline, and some of my favorite memories as a child were the holidays that we took traveling around the coast of Ireland. I remember one time being in Achill Island on the west coast and seeing literally hundreds of jellyfish all over the beach. I think there had been a storm and they were all washed in. But I've never forgotten that sight, and it's actually probably part of the reason why jellyfish were part of the vision that I had for the artistic aspect of the Sea Changes project. We chose to use plastic bags to create the jellyfish because this is something that's really threatening the oceans, and we believe that people are not aware of the problem. And by using the actual material that is creating the issue, we thought we could bring more awareness.
I am born and raised in Aegean Sea, west coast of Turkey, and Turkey, as we all know, it's surrounded with 3 seas. So, as I'm a mother of a 2-year-old son, and all the fishing, overfishing that's been happening, and not just the overfishing itself, but the way we're polluting the ocean with the plastics and the way they are ending up in the fish life in their body system, and then eventually ending up in our system.
We're just doing some meditation, and a huge wave began to form, much larger than the other waves. And I had the thought, we're going to get wet. And at that moment, a porpoise emerged from the wave and made eye contact with me. It's called darshan. And if you envision a telescopic effect where the wave then set back about 100 feet, didn't change shape, but then began to break and stopped right at our feet, just as the other smaller waves had done. And I know that it was a result of the connection with that porpoise.
I care about the ocean because it's beautiful. Lots of fish and dolphins and sharks and whales. They all live in that ocean.
There's many ways that we've worked within our company to make changes. Number one, we have stopped using disposable cups. We offer reusable water bottles, such as this one's one of our examples of what we do. We put a logo. This is ours that we do.
And our seas are just home to so many creatures, more and more that we discover all the time. And for people to understand how important our oceans are, I think the more we can present them with art and technology that shows them how this is a habitat of so many amazing life forms, that the more that the people will care and the better off our oceans will be because of it.
Doing. Sea Changes is about seeing the change that the individual, that I need to make to protect the oceans, because we might not see how it's affecting the oceans right now and the sea life that's underneath there and all of the creatures